also a second talking point where we'll be looking at good governance and, of course, the role of Nigerian youth. What we just finished discussing cuts across, having younger people, people with, younger people, in a leadership position, believing that they still have the strength to, work 24/7 and ensure things are done properly. The dividend of democracy is, of course, provided. Here we have Councillor Wusi Ward, of course, the Deputy Majority Leader of Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, Matthias Aliu. Very good morning and welcome on the show.
Good morning.
Yeah, so good governance. You are a young man, a youth, and you are the majority leader of AMAC. Yeah, how has that, been able to provide, effective governance within the area council?
Okay, thank you very much for having me. So as a youth, I'm very happy to be in the position I am now. I'm opportuned because Nigerians gave me the opportunity. Well, as a youth, being a councillor has made me to understand the problems of the youth in Nigeria, and I make sure that in whatever we do, we carry the youth along, because if you look at majority of the population today in Nigeria, the youths are majority, and all what we're discussing today in Nigeria about the development of Nigeria, it concerns the youth, from insecurity to employment and everything. So as a youth, we try to assist our fellow youths in any way we can assist them in governance.
Okay, well said. But if we are to identify the problems of the youth, what are they?
Yeah, the youths have a lot of problems right now that we're facing in Nigeria, but if we want to categorize them based on the main ones, first of all, unemployment. Second of all, education. Then living standard. Because today, if you look at it, unemployment, we have a lot of youths that are that have graduated from school many years, and the system is not really favoring them because there are no employments. If you look at the other part of living standards, a lot of youths, when you go around Nigeria, you go to the north, you go everywhere to the south, you see young people that are supposed to be in school, they are outside school, they don't have what to do, their parents don't have employments, probably some of them, their parents are retirees, and the system isn't really favoring them and everything. So thirdly, you see education. A lot of youths are outside school, and it's only through education a nation could develop. So these, I think, are the major challenges that the youths are facing in Nigeria.
So you, as a majority leader in AMAC, what are you, bringing on board to have these issues addressed?
As
because most times we say youth should be in leadership position, and when they are there, something is expected. And if that thing doesn't come, you see the older age come back again and take the power. So these areas of challenge that you have outlined, how can it be better?
So you see, right now, I am a councillor, and as a councillor, there are little someone can do to impact on the people, because I am at the grassroots. In the local government system, we have the chairman. But in my own little way as a councillor, I focused on empowerment, because, as I said, unemployment is the major problem we're facing. So we've tried to organize one or two empowerments, and we've partnered with NGOs on the way they can train the youths on skills acquisition, whereby they can fend for themselves, and at the end of the day, we also support them with stipends, some little money. So this is the little I can do. But if you are talking of the system, Nigeria, like
no, I'm looking at your word. Yes. I'm looking at your word, because it has to be from ward to local government level, so to speak, then state, and then of course national.
Yes.
So you are on ground, in the grassroots, in your ward. You have been empowering people. How many have you empowered?
I think so far since I entered, I've empowered over 400 youths, because the first program we had, we empowered about 250 people on skills acquisition, on fish farming, poultry, tailoring, and after that I had another program whereby we empowered about 100 and something people. So this is what we've done, and I've been in office for about 2 years counting.
So you see, it's a good thing that you have empowered, but the thing is, those that you have empowered, what are you following up?
Yeah, you see, that's the problem.
What is the success story from the empowerment that they have gotten?
So what's there is that, you know, you follow up, because sometimes when you just say you empower people and leave them, but we have this kind of mechanism that will put in place whereby most of these people that we empower will try as much as possible to follow up on their success stories. And during this time, we've had about some of them that we've seen, because we're in the grassroots, and these are people that are living within us, like the woman frying akara, the young man barbing. So sometimes we go to monitor what they are doing, and we now see successes. We see that they are improving, their standard of living is improving. So that is the little way that we could use to try to follow up and know what is happening if the empowerment was successful.
So how many have failed out of that number?
Yeah,
there are failures.
Of course, there must be.
So how many failed?
I can't tell you the number. These are how many.
That means you're not following up.
I know. No, majority. You know, when you say you're not following up, majority are successful because they come back to us and they're appreciative. And when you go to the local government and you go around your ward, you hear people saying, "Oh, Honorable is doing a good work. Honorable is impacting on us." So you should know that the story is successful.
Did they say it when they see you, or people come and tell you what they are saying?
People come and tell me, they're like, "Honorable, not because we are looking at you, but these are the messages that people are saying about you and everything."
Is it the one that's saying for themselves to call it favor from you?
I don't care, because in life, you know, as a politician, people will tell you what you want to hear. But when you as a person know that you are trying to do your best and you're delivering, so it should not be a surprise.
So if we have a youth in leadership position, what do you think the youth should be cut out to be hearing?
You know, that's the major reason.
The good thing or the bad thing?
The good things. Because we have the youths, let me tell you, see, the youths are people that are focused. Yes, in every perspective of life, you have the good and the bad. But I can assure you that majority of Nigerian youths are good people. They just want to be engaged. If the youths are in power, for example, this is a time of technology, ICT. You know, we the youths, we know how to connect with people all over the world. Look at world leaders, our young people. We the youths know how to go, make connections with them, bring about programs that could carry along the other youths that don't have the opportunity to be in the system. So I feel if Nigerians give the youth an opportunity, they're going to see a lot of changes in governance, they're going to see a lot of sanity and everything, because most of the problems we have today in Nigeria is all about the youth, from insecurity, all these people, everything doing all, it's the youth. But why? Because of the problems we talked about at the beginning of this program. Talking about insecurity, what can we do to actually tackle that besides giving the youth employment? Because the jobs are not there, and insecurity has taken a different turn. What can we do? The jobs are not there, but for insecurity to stop, you need to engage those people that are into insecurity. Why did they go into insecurity at the first place? Because probably they had nothing they were doing. So you need to bring them back. You need to find what to give to them, make the system favorable for the youths where there are opportunities, and you engage them. This is the way insecurity, first of all, can stop in Nigeria. But we have seen people from very good homes, you know, take into this terrible business. What terrible business? The act of insecurity. Yeah, you see that's why I told you, in everything you do, there are good people and bad people. Sometimes you might have a father that's a pastor that is very religious, but when you look at the child, you wonder, was this guy, the father did not give the child a good training? No. But sometimes some people are taken by the things of the world, you know, they are carried away and they go and join such kind of things. But let me tell you, majority of the youth in Nigerians are not in that category, just a few numbers. How do you know? Because if you, we engage with youths every day. There are youths everywhere. Go to the schools, when you see youths that graduated, that they're in the house now, they don't have anything to do on their own. They are hustling, probably they are trying to work on their computer, doing website designing, doing all those things. Majority of them are the hardworking ones. Majority of them are the hardworking ones. All right, if you join us, the program, it's this morning on ITV, and we're looking at good governance, rule of the youth, Nigerian youth, so to speak. And the councillor representing Wuse Ward, who is also the deputy university leader, Amak Matthias Aliu, has been telling us how the youth, you know, can be of help when it comes to issue of governance in Nigeria. Okay, before I let you go, Mr. Ali, election is just by the corner. Yes. Be it area council, the general election 2023,
I know politicking starts almost immediately, even before INEC, lift the ban. So as we approach these elections, what should be the rules of the game for youth?
Okay. First of all, I think the beginning of the electoral process for youth is that I advise the youth to try and go out to get their voters cards. They should go and do registration, and now INEC has even made it easier because they know that most of the youths are IT wise and everything, so now you can just register online and just go to the office of INEC to do your capturing and fingerprint and all that. So it's easier now to even get the voters card. So when the youths come out to vote, that's when the youth have a voice. And also I also advise youths that more of them should come out to contest for elective positions. They should not look at the system that, the system election doesn't count, rigging. Nigerian democracy is growing. Some years ago, elections were just taken somewhere, written down, these are the winners, but now elections are free and credible. So Nigerian youth should have hope in the system. They should believe that their vote is going to count. This is the only way we, the youths, can come out and control the country.
So, but how can we stop money politics?
Money politics. You see, money politics has to do...
Because there are many youth that will want to come out and, buy for one post or the other, but they do not have the money, you know what I mean?
That's why I said money politics, the youths need to come together. We need to come together as one. When the youths know that their fellow youth is contesting, I'm telling you the truth, if the money bags bring their money, those youths will collect the money, but at the end of the day, they are going to vote for their fellow youths because they have more hope in their youths and they are tired of the old system.
So you think so?
This is what is going to happen. Because Nigerian youths, they are all looking for a way forward to try to bring the youth into the system. So I am telling you, in my case, it happens because I'm a youth, and most of the people that support me are mostly youths and women. Because when the youths go back to the house and tell their parents, this is who I want, and if someone will have hope, the parents will all be interested and they are going to key into such a person. So this is the way I think.
Okay, so but why we look at that, and of course the fact that you believe that youth can actually rally around one of their own, in return, if nothing happens, what do you think will be the fate of the youth? We have seen very young men, CEOs of their state, governors of their state, and when they got into their, that this it's really going to be a different business. It's no longer going to be business as usual, but at the end of the day, it's even worse.
So you see, that's why when I always say, not everyone are perfect. Out of those youths, they have the ones that still have credibility, and they have some that if you go and check their track record, even before they came to that position, you'll find out that they had one or two stains and everything. So, but I am telling you that they still have good youths. They have youths that can carry people along. They have youths that when they get to that position, they are not going to disappoint the people that voted them there.
How can you identify those that will get there and will not disappoint?
So how we can identify such youths is that when such youths are coming out to say you're coming out to look for an elective position, we as youths also should be able to make inquiries about such people. We should be able to interact with them. We should be able to have town hall meetings, So that's why we need all the youths to come together, like in a group or something, come together. Let's be organized. We need to be organized. Through that, we'll be able to know, okay, these are the people who are pushing for, these are the people who are fighting for, and we know that they have the credibility.
All right. I honestly must thank you for your time with us on the program this morning, looking at the role of Nigerian youths, as it concerns good governance. But how is AMAC doing? So many arrests up and down, and so many people, struggling with the keys of drivers. Why?
Actually, AMAC is the local government, so they are the ones in charge of everything. But most of the handling of the what they call it, because that is under revenue, under the revenue department. So I am on the legislative aspects of the government. So all those things concerning revenue and everything has to do with the local, with the executive. But I know that the chairman actually is a man of credibility, and from time to time when we have reports of people perpetrating all sorts of bad things outside, attacking motorists and all that. The chairman also always calls those consultants, and he always tries to tell them that, see, you have to do the right thing or we'll disengage you. But I know such reports come, but I know the chairman is really working on sanitizing such kind of happenings.
What do you mean by consultants?
Like revenue, all that, like all those people stopping cars, probably maybe they have daily ticketing of taxis. Then sometimes most of these cars, maybe there are some places that are not meant to be parking, and while sometimes motorists park there. So we have some people that this is their job, they like outsource it to them. So this brings revenue
to private guys.
To private, that's the way it works in every local government. Your revenue, you try to just like give it out to consultants.
So
like
anything they bring, you take?
No, not everything.
You give them target?
No, they have a target and they have a sharing formula, but all that I don't have the details because it has to do with the exam.
So don't you think the target and the sharing formula is a problem? Why they have to, make the streets really untidy, struggling and fighting over nothing?
Yeah, you see, that's the reason. Sometimes when you give these people, you tell them what to go and do. Those boys that they go and now put outside there to go and like enforce, sometimes they're overzealous and all that. Just like in the police, sometimes, you have some police officers, you see what they do on the streets, they are overzealous. So same with this. But I don't think it's because of the target.
Yeah, but the FCT. The heart of the FCT is AMAC, right? And FCT represent the country, and you see these kind of things happening, and you say it's overzealousness.
No, it's not like I'm saying that. That's why I'm saying that. What I know is that
it should stop. It has been happening for many years.
It's a continuous.
So why should it continue to happen, even in your administration? You have seen this before you became a councillor, and it is still happening while you are still a councillor. Why should it be happening?
No,
under your nose.
From what I've seen, things are getting better. If you compared the way these people were attacking motorists, like last year and the rest, the chairman had to even disband some groups that were in charge of that and all that. So I think there's lots of sanity. The complaint, if you can go back and make your inquiry, I think from last year to this year, you'll see that there's been a lot of development, a lot of changes.
Yes. So what about street hawking?
Street hawking. No, street hawking, the FCDA, Federal Capital.
That's in charge.
Yeah, they are the ones in charge because they have environmental department, so they are the ones in charge of street hawking and all that. Yes.
But we still have some scavengers going from people's trash camp to another, and then at times peeping through the house. When the house is empty, they just kill the fence. And nothing. You have not done anything about it.
That's a problem. No, the police officers. I think the minister gave a marching order some time ago. So when the police officers see those scavengers going around, sometimes you see them. They always run away because the police officers try to arrest them and pick them off. Because even I have gone to 1 or 2 places in the night when I see the scavengers. Like I flash my light, you see them start running away because they are aware that if the police see them, they're going to pick them off. So if you look at before, the scavengers were everywhere, but it has reduced drastically. The
reduction is not pleasant. That's the point. You know that of course, the current minister is embarking on removal of illegal structures here and there, and whenever they are in a particular spot to remove those illegal structures, as soon as they are doing it, those guys just pop out from nowhere and begin to attack the people that actually own the properties that are being destroyed. And AMAC is not doing anything about it. You are not doing anything about it. Where are you headed having youths?
You see,
in leadership position?
I have already told you that what concerns me as a member of AMAC now, I am the councillor and I am in the legislative chambers. So what I have to do is concerning my people, there's an extent I have a power to make some decisions.
You can make decisions.
If I was in the executive, for example, now I was in the executive, maybe I'm the executive chairman. I can boldly say, okay, yes, everything stops at my desk. But for me as a legislator, I have to.
Mr. Matthias Ali, when you now become the chairman, say, if I'm the FCT minister, there are things I can do. When you now become the FCT minister, if I'm the president, there are things you can do now. All right, Amos, thank you for your time. It was on the program. Viewers, the much we have on this discussion segment. It has been with the councillor representing Wuse Ward. He's also the deputy majority leader, Matthias Aliu. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it shall be time to look at what the papers are saying. Stay with us.